Hope you're all doing alright. It's about 2 in the morning for me where I'm making this video. And one of these boots is going to be shipping off. Not the well broken in line scouts that you see here that have their laces in. But these ones here to the left. The ones that still have the tags attached. When I had originally bought these, well, I guess I have to start back a little while. I had saved up probably about $600, $700 about in June during the Father's Day sale that White's Boots was having. And I was going to get myself a pair of smoke jumpers, custom made. And what I had gotten, I had spec'd out was, a pair of smoke jumpers or any firefighting boot from White's Boots directly. They didn't have a sale from White's his direct website, but Baker's Boots did. So I went over to Baker's and I had spec'd out a pair of smoke jumpers. And what I had spec'd out was they're basically exactly like these, where it's a 10-inch top, plain toe laced, soft toe, smoke jumper with the brass eyes and hooks, a rolled top, pole loops, your standard logger heel profile and height, along with the black Vibram 100 lug sole, no leather liner, no steel toe, no elastic toe, black upper thread stitching and whatnot. And to top it all off, I picked the Red Dog leather for the boots. The same type of leather that Rose Anvil had used during his first collaboration with White's. So basically the White's drifter boot was a sort of a combination of a White's smoke jumper, which the White's White's Rose Anvil drifter is basically a smoke jumper crossover with a packer boot. So it would basically be just a Red Dog smoke jumper. It'd be sort of the similar color to that K-Bar's sheath that you're seeing. And that would be the color of the boot. I had clicked order. It'd be like $700 after the sale, which was like 20% off. And I was excited. I was immediately talking with other YouTubers about it. One guy who had a pair of Farmer Ranchers, which were in Red Dog leather, that were pretty similar to what I got. However, they're more closer to the Rose Anvil drifter, just a lower heel, and they were like an 8-inch top. like my line scouts here. About a week after I placed the order, I think his name is Bryce from Baker's. He kind of started the whole mix up, saying that the rolled top, which is what these Hawthorns and what my line scouts have, and he also said that the khaki stitching, talking about the upper stitching, weren't NFPA compliant, in which I understood the khaki stitching, but I picked black stitching for the uppers, so I immediately told him about that. But I was also a little bit confused because both of these boots are NFPA compliant, NFPA certified boots, and they have the rolled tops on them. But for whatever reason, he said that they weren't. But then with the stitching, I said I'm pretty sure that I had picked black stitching, and I said I will check my build sheet. I checked my build sheet, and I did, and I emailed them, said that I did pick the black upper stitching. Then I think her name is Kira with customer service at Baker's Boots. She said that I did, and sorry for the misunderstanding. Then I said, if we need to get rid of the rolled top, just do it. So they did, and I got refunded about $25, which is what adding the rolled top costs. So then the boots would come down to about $670 then, which is, to be honest, it's not any better, to be honest. And then probably not even a week after that, or maybe it was a week, I got another email from Kira with customer service at Baker's Boots saying that the Red Dog leather is not NFPA rated or certified. And me being a little bit frustrated, I immediately sent back an email saying that that would have been good information to know before we had made the order. She emailed back saying they didn't know, and if I wanted to basically go with rather a pair of brown rough out Helitac boots, which are exactly the same as these, or a pair of rough out lacy toe smoke jumpers, and I declined both. The reason why I went with a plain toe on the smoke jumpers is because I kind of found out with my line scouts that the lacy toe is just not something that I entirely want. It's cool. It's cool to have during the winter time, but to be honest, I like the look and the functionality of a plain toe in the winter, or not in the winter, but during the summer. So after that, she did also recommend that we could continue to let the boots be built without the tags, without the NFPA certification tags in them. And first I was like, okay, let it go, let them be built. Then I had basically, if I ever get caught by an inspector out on the line and he sees that my boots don't have the certification tags in them, I could immediately be kicked off the line and sent back home at my own expense. And that's just something I don't want to have to deal with in the future. So I just canceled my order. And uh, that is how I basically missed out on a pair of nice $700 boots, but in the Father's Day sale, which I don't think, I just don't think I'll be ordering from Baker's anytime soon. I also emailed them just recently and asked if the distressed rough out leather is NFPA certified, because I wanted to build another pair of smoke jumpers, this time paying full price, this time just being a distressed rough out. And they said yet again they're not NFPA certified, even though the smooth distressed brown leather is used for the White's Crew boot and the White's Fire Hybrid boots, both of which are NFPA certified firefighting boots made by White's. But yet the rough out version isn't NFPA certified, which just, it kind of triggers me, honestly. Then I found these boots. These were $400. They were at Army Navy Surplus in Billings, Montana, which isn't all that far from where I'm living right now. And honestly, these would have been a deal. These would have been a deal if they were my size. These boots, on the website, they said that they had an 8.5 Delta. And what I found when these had been delivered was that they were an 8.5 2E. So a 2 Echo. And they were just too damn wide. And it also felt like they fit in length the exact same as my Line Scouts, where I have, instead of a thumb's width, I have like a thumb's length of space in the toe box. Almost like if, like in mass-produced boots, you have to size up, like a half a size or a full size for like steel or composite toe boots. If these were steel or composite toe, they'd probably be alright, but since they're not, it's kind of odd. And these boots were no different. And I was a little bit disheartened. And then I sent a phone call to Billings, to the Army Navy store, and I got on the phone relatively quickly. I asked about the order. They told me to hold, and I wasn't even on hold for that long before before I actually got to talk with someone qualified. And he said that since they didn't have my width, they thought that they could substitute it for a wider width, which ended up being pretty much useless. And I said it doesn't work, and he understood, and he said that as long as I don't wear the boots and I send them back, mail them back, I can get a full refund. Paid about $400 for these boots, and then an extra like $20 for shipping. So, and then shipping them back, it's probably going to be like an extra $20-$30. So we're probably only going to get back. And I don't even know how much we're gonna get back in terms of our return price, or like we have no idea how much the refund is actually going to be. Could be $400 or it could be $350. Who knows? But I'm just kind of disappointed, disheartened. This isn't the first time that this has happened to me. There's like another time I was in Kalispell, Montana. Found a pair of white smoke jumpers, brand new in the box, tags attached. They had many lengths, they just didn't have the width that I needed. And yet again, had to miss out. And who knows, they might have the widths now, but I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure if I want to go back there and check anyways. I'm more than like 500, 600 miles from Kalispell now, so I'm not going to be able to check. Here's some information about the boots, when they were made, what their size and width are, and the model number. You can even see the address for the Hathorn line, the Hathorn factory, I guess, even though White's has owned Hawthorne since 1987, and they were fully absorbed, I don't know, probably around 2020, probably around there. And this is a Hawthorne Highline, in which they're still being made by White's, just under the name of White's Helitack. And these boots actually used to be a Hawthorne Highline, or not a Hawthorne Highline, a Hawthorne Explorer boot. And now they're called the White's Line Scout. But yeah, I thought I'd just talk about that. There was actually another time I was in Minot, North Dakota, at a boot barn, and I found another pair of these boots. This was a little bit before I had ordered these ones, and those were a 9 double E, and I could definitely tell that they were way too big in terms of width and length. So we obviously didn't go with those ones, and we also tried to see if we could see if any other boot barns had any other of these specific boots that could be shipped over, and they didn't. And those boots were like $375 in the boot barn, and it was kind of sad, honestly. I honestly wish White's, like, obviously I love the Line Scout, and if I tried any other of the Goodyear welted line of boots from White's, I'd probably love them just as much as I love these. However, I kind of wish that they would do kind of like what Frank's does, where they make the boot just like their smoke jumpers, however, for like $400, and maybe just put out like limited runs of them, and probably make them not rebuildable, however, still resolable, and just see how that goes. Because sometimes you do need something that something that you can get more than a season of use out of before they need to be replaced. Because as much as I love the Line Scout boots, they're nothing compared to a smoke jumper, well, Hathorn Smoke Jumper, and definitely nothing compared to some of the original smoke jumpers, which I still have yet to find a pair my size and at a decent price. I talk about how I want to shell out the $725 now for a pair of original smoke jumpers. Maybe when I'm actually earning money on the line, fighting fire, spend some of my own money and get a nice pair of smoke jumpers. In which I think that's what I'll do. I think after we send these off, I think I'll basically just stick with my white Line Scouts and those zigzag sole combat boots, because I'm kind of downsizing my boot rotation, where I'm only keeping those other boots I just mentioned and these. After these are gone, it's like I'm also selling or trying to get rid of like 3 other pairs of boots, like 2 pairs of both of my Welco desert boots, and these pair of cold weather boots that are sitting right next to me that I might do a video on. However, I'm not sure. Hopefully that's everything. And have a good morning, good day, however it may be.